Schmo with the pro. He's on a 3-fight knockout streak. He's the number 14th ranked UFC lightweight. Drew Dober in the flesh. Easton, Denver, Colorado. How we doing?
I mean, fantastic. We're finishing up camp right now. That means I get to play Punch Face next weekend. And, man, words can't express how excited I am for this.
Hey, is the Schmo catching you on the last day of camp for UFC 288?
Yeah, no, this is great. I mean, he's in town. We seem to be always meeting up anytime we're in the same city. It's an honor.
It was a month ago we saw you in Las Vegas. We're here in Denver, Colorado. It's only fitting. The Schmo's in town. We got BKFC 41. Luke Rockhold against Mike Perry. You going to that fight?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with Luke Rockhold and then Eddie Alvarez against Chad Mendes, I'm so excited for these fights, and it gets me excited for my shindig next weekend.
Legacy from the UFC. They're still going strong here in the after career of the UFC. Talk to the Schmo for a second. You got Steamroller Frevola. It is going to be the main fight of the prelims, kicking everything off before the pay-per-view card. What kind of statement you looking to make there in Newark?
I mean, we're going to be the most exciting fight on that card. We're going to draw the eyes in, so you guys are going to, purchase the pay-per-view afterwards. But I got an equal dance partner in Matt Frevola. He's chaotic, but he engages. He's fun. I try to be entertaining as well. It's going to be either fight of the night or performance of the night.
Nothing else.
I mean, it all depends on what he wants.
Well, he's looking for a knockout just like you.
Which is why it might be a performance of the night.
And that's why all the fans are excited. Sign the Schmo up right here. Wanted to ask you about a former opponent of yours, Bobby King Green. Not sure if you saw it, but last week he had that no contest against Jared Gordon. That accidental headbutt. He was pretty pissed off about that situation. What'd you make of that?
Yeah, I think it was a good call. I mean, that headbutt was pretty atrocious, but I could see how he's upset. No contest or no fun. We always either want to win or lose. So it was upsetting, I'm sure, for both parties, upsetting for the spectators as well, but I think it was a good call by that ref and judges.
Now Jared Gordon's got to run it back with both Bobby Green and Patty the Batty Pimblett.
He's got a busy schedule this year.
That certainly does. Who do you think he has to rematch first? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, let's get Bobby Green back in that octagon. I'm a huge fan, and let's just see that. I could wait on the Patty part.
One correction, it's not going to be Bobby anymore. It's going to be King Green. He's changing his name.
He's revamping himself. Bobby's retired, but either way, he's going to bring in that style, though.
Certainly is. Let's talk about the co-main event because there's a little change of things up. It was supposed to be Charles Oliveira against Beneil Dariush. They're moving to the next pay-per-view in Vancouver, June 10th. Now you got Belal Muhammad stepping up against Gilbert Burns, the number 4 and number 5 ranked guys in the welterweight division. Both those guys are fighting for number 1 contender. What do you anticipate? Do you think there's anything they can do to sway the boss man from not allowing Colby Covington to getting the next shot at the welterweight strap?
I mean, I think they got to make that fight exciting. They might need to blow some smoke and to surpass Colby, but this is the actual number 1 contender in the welterweight division fight. And, man, it's unfortunate they only get 2 weeks' notice to prepare, but I'm excited to watch it.
If you were in their shoes, the winner of that fight, would you wait till you get the title shot next, or would you be willing to stay active, stay busy, and still take more fights?
I like staying active. And so, if I was in their shoes, then, yeah, of course, I would like to stay active. Let's make some money and make some memories. But I feel like the winner will wait for that title shot.
And speaking of waiting for title shots, we know the winner of, in the lightweight division, Charles Oliveira against Beneil Dariush. That's likely, no guarantees, facing Islam Makhachev for the lightweight strap. So do you anticipate this extra time benefiting one fighter or the other, or the same outcome you expect?
I think the same outcome. I think Beneil Dariush is number 1 contender in my division, and I think he deserves that title shot against Islam. I could see him running through Charles, and I could also see him potentially beating Islam as well.
Well, you face both those guys, that in Islam and Beneil Dariush. You both felt those guys. You know what their submission capabilities are. The one feels stronger than the other?
I mean, I think Islam had the more complete game, and I mean, he dominated for the full 15, where Beneil, he brings in the extra added oomph, that it factor, and man, Beneil just gets better with time, and I think Volkanovski showed a lot of holes in Islam's game, and I know Beneil will take advantage of those.
When the Schmo interviewed you last month over there in Las Vegas, we talked about a fight that everybody wants to see, the rematch between Dustin Poirier and your teammate in Justin Gaethje. We thought the UFC brass would have made that thing by now. You think Justin Gaethje's feeling that is going to be the next fight, or he's just preparing as status quo, doing what he normally does?
I mean, I think Justin Gaethje just does what he does all the time. I think the discussions in the Poirier field about how much and when, but I honestly believe that rematch needs to happen in the lightweight division.
And you're somebody who's competed inside the Apex, and you're also somebody now who's competed with a live crowd. How much better is it for you, Drew Dober? You feed off the energy from going with a live crowd.
It's so much better. Man, the Apex is a dud. I mean, it's just not exciting. It feels like a job, but man, the audience, man, I draw so much energy from that audience. I love being surrounded and in front of, and performing martial arts in front of a crowd is ideal, and yeah, I can't wait for Saturday.
And so what will all those headlines read that come Monday morning, next Monday, after the pay-per-view fight, after you do what you do Saturday evening inside the cage?
Continuing his knockout streak, 4-0, and we're going to keep that moving.
There it is. And can we get a final message for all the Drew Dober fans out there worldwide?
Keep communicating. Whether you love me or hate me, keep sending me messages.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo. Denver, Colorado. We're out.